usher's in control. That usher has more authority than you. Do you know who I am? You know where I came from? I came all the way from Africa to preach up in here. You don't understand the word of it. That usher has more authority than you. And when they tell you to shut up and keep quiet, you shut up and you keep quiet. Stand there. Humble, with no attitude. Big strong. And you suck it up. That's not a nice word. I will be abrasive to you to some extent if you have come with a tinge of religiosity to this meeting. The fourth and final premise for building a kingdom house is authority. You must learn to exercise authority. Exercise authority. Learn how authority operates. Learn how it can be abused. And to keep away from the abuses of authority. Or let's move on in our presentation. Number two, we must have vision. When we understand our purpose, vision is very, very easy to embrace. There are no limitations to a person's life when they understand and know what their purpose is. Vision has two levels. Vision firstly has first creation and then it has second creation. Vision says when I'm driving past the street and I see an empty field and I say, I see an incredible building there. I see something that can really, you can see it, it's not there. I can see the driveway, I can see the roof, I've seen it. First creation. First creation of vision is always manifested through word, through speech, through speaking it. I've seen it. Then you begin to pray in that direction. The second level of creation now is actually what I've seen, I've spoken. And the second level of creation is in bringing it into manifestation. Let me put that on a piece of paper, write it out, and see exactly how am I going to physically materialize that vision. It's very important we do that. In building a church, the two main tenets that I encourage pastors to have in building the kingdom of God is you must have a vision and a mission statement. I've asked a lot of pastors, what's your vision statement? I'm just having church. Just loving the Lord, having church. What's your mission statement? We just love Jesus. You can tell that's a church that has no compass, has no direction, and they'll have 25 people in 2012, and you'll come in 2015 and the same 25 people will still be there. Because they have no vision. Just loving church, loving people. In building the kingdom of God, it's a lot more specified than that. And your vision has to be articulated. What is your vision statement? Your vision statement is what's God put in my heart as a leader. And for the leaders that are here, that are serving under a leader in your local church, it's very important that you have your prophet's vision and your pastor's vision. Because if you come with your vision, we've got trouble. Because the understanding of the kingdom of God is that there is one leader in the house. That's not the Holy Ghost. He's the senior pastor. Because I've known of trustees that want to rule the church. I've known of elders that want to rule the church. And we've been around the block 27 years. And unfortunately, with this small bald-headed guy, no elder tells me what to do. I take counsel and advice. I take counsel and advice right here. I take counsel and advice right here. I take counsel and advice. But if an elder wants to show their weight, their muscle and strength, and tell me what to do as a senior pastor, Houston, we have a that ain't gonna wash me. And that's not the kingdom of God. We've had challenges sometimes with people that were in our church and our ministry back in Africa that had big money. And the man started giving me a check. You know what I'm talking about? A check. I was so dumb, and this great girl here said to me, you've got to ask yourself, why is he giving you a check? So, he's got him, he wants to bless me. I was getting all blessed and all prospered and everything, and not realizing the check was coming with a check. Yes, sir. And eventually, thank God for this great girl, my eyes were open, and she told me, you have to give him back his checks. Yes, you have to give him back his money. Yes, because when he was giving money, he wanted to be preaching in the want to come and be ministered to. No, he's given his check and he wants the microphone. And I have to say, sorry, no can do. Take your checks back. So sometimes in manifesting the kingdom as a leader, you have to work with your leaders. You have to synergize with your leader. In order for vision to work, it needs unity and synergy. But you have to humble yourself. And today you have to trust your pastor and say, I believe in my senior pastor. And whatever he tells me to do concerning the vision, as long as it stays within the realm of Scripture, I have to be obedient to it and listen to it and do it. It's very important. It's quiet, but so I know I'm touching some veins. It's okay. You know, I still love it. Number 3, unity. When you have purpose, purpose produces vision. I've seen most people become mobilized in ministry when vision is released. If you do a study on all of the greatest visionaries that have ever lived in Scripture and have ever lived as contemporary role models in Scripture, one of the key things you've seen is they've been able to mobilize people. Vision mobilizes people. The church says we'll get church and we'll pack a building out because we'll invite a great name speaker, get a mass choir going. You know the whole deal. And I'm not against that. Okay, I'm not against that. What I'm saying is that's not vision. That's church. And we can have church without vision. So everyone can be in the building sweating, jumping, getting their praise on, getting their preach on. They can be sweating, sweat that's so awesome, it's from Nazareth. And guess what? There's no vision. Emotion is not vision. I don't want service without emotion. I love emotion. I love getting emotional. But after that, give me some direction. I want direction. When you have purpose, purpose produces vision. When vision is expressed, vision is sculpted, vision is articulated, vision is spoken. Most of the churches now that are growing in and around the world, not only in the United States of America, around the world, this is what pastors are doing. Every single week before they preach, while they're preaching, while the announcements are going on, either on a big screen or anywhere, the vision of the church is being released in a small tagline. The church we attended in San Antonio, Texas, was one of the fastest growing churches because they had a very, very simple vision. Westover Hills, making new, making great. Amen. That was it. They said in order for you to be made new and made great, you need to do 3 things. Attend, connect, and do. A 7-year-old can understand that. I've done some consultancy for churches where they've had their mission statement and vision statement. It was like a Bible. Like all 66 books. The vision statement of this kingdom enterprise is to reach souls. And it went on like 20 lines. People are not going to be able to remember that. How people connect with your vision is when it's short, simplistic, and they can catch it. And when they can catch your vision, that's when unity starts to take place. How do we build in a unified manner? We must have vision. Malaysia was a country that 20 years ago was a developing nation. The nation of Malaysia. When I say developing nation, they were like India and Africa, which meant their GDP was below 2%, which basically meant them folk are power. Malaysia. The government got together and they released a 2020 vision. And they said, this is our plan. I think you were teaching this morning, sir? Where did I see it? Planning and prioritizing? I saw it somewhere. I saw you. You released that. When you plan and prioritize and you put things in place, guess what begins to happen? Like Malaysia, 20 years down the line, you take your country from a developing status to a first world status. 20 years. 20 years. What did they have to do? They had to develop fiscal discipline. They had to develop policies and procedures in place and follow them through. How do you develop unity in your church? Number 1, you must plan. You must plan. Do we plan events? Do we plan things in our churches? Or they just happen, just feel the Holy Ghost saying, let's just do this. Is there planning? Is there a daily plan, a weekly plan, a monthly plan, a quarterly plan, a 6-month plan, a 12-year plan? There's a church in Louisiana that has a 1,000-year plan. People laugh and say, oh gosh, those people are crazy. No, they're not. They're planning for the day when they're not around. Talk about vision. Yes, sir. Yes. I hope these meetings are not being taped. Because what I'm for Bishop Law. Don't criticize him. I'm praying for him. If he has to die, who's going to pick up the torch from him? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Amen. Pray for God. We have Elisha in place. Grave concern. Grave concern. Grave concern. We must plan. Plan for the future. You must be planning in your church for the day you are not. What made Joseph successful is Jacob, Israel, dressed Jacob for the day his life he couldn't see. Because why? He had 4 coats. Another message, another time. This is Number 2, in building unity, we must prioritize. We must prioritize. Number 3, we must be disciplined. Disciplined in every area of our life. Physical discipline. Mental discipline. Peter speaks about girding up the loins of your mind. Be disciplined with our finances. We don't go to the mall and just spend $1,000 on a credit card because we feel like it. And it's going to make us feel better until the phone starts ringing from the credit card. Until you let the fine press what the APR is. Talk to me, someone. We're disciplined. Disciplined in every area. The reason why people of prominence are leaving Christianity is because they say Christianity is a post-modern religion. And the reason why it's a post-modern religion, it doesn't offer me, watch me, it doesn't offer me holistic change. And by offering me holistic changes, Eastern religions, they say, are challenging my mind, are challenging my academic intelligence, are challenging my body, are challenging my finance, challenging me in every area of my life. That's why I said, this is a very precious place on Sunday. When you get up on Sunday, you have to address so many areas of people's lives. So that's why it's very important during the week that you are studying and praying. You are getting a quality word from God. Don't give us something you preached last June and you just put it in the micro for 2 minutes and brought it out. I don't like that. If there's anything that is more disdaining to me as a preacher, is when I go into a place, I've taken time to go to this church and go there, and the praise and worship was great. The announcements were wonderful, but the preacher was horrible. It was terrible. Had nothing to say. My question is, what were you doing the whole week? It's 7 days to prepare, 7 days to put something together. We want to wonder why people can't get united around this. You have to prioritize. You have to be disciplined. Number 4, you have to stay focused. Focused churches are churches that have goals and objectives. You must have goals and objectives. To become united, you must be ruthless with your flesh. You must be passionate about results. And then you must be very selective with whom you spend your time with. Amen. Very selective with whom you spend your time with. China at the moment is a frightening economic powerhouse in the earth today. China. They're buying up everything. This country is in debt to China. China's ruling the world. China's buying real estate all over the world. They say in the next 5 years, they will be the major superpower of the world. India will follow right behind it. The United States will fall to 3rd pole position. You are no longer going to dominate. Why? All of these leagues and alliances on all political levels are becoming united. Talk to me about strength in unity. And the strangest thing is in all of these secular agencies, all of them don't believe the same thing. But they're prepared to come together for one common objective cause. But the church can't. Why? Because the seed is immature and we're still fighting about doctrine. Because if you have a seed here, you'll fight over small little things. Why?